Back to basics. Notebook 11. Notebook 11 looks different than Notebook 10, so I want to go through the features and the toolbars to make sure everyone knows where they can find everything. Your first area right over here is your actions panel. It gives you all the different actions, the undo, the saves. Um, all of your screen views are now in one place. Your full screen, transparent, dual page, they're all in one spot now. You also have your camera and your shades and your tables. You can also add things, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So you have your actions toolbar, then you have your tools. This will be your shapes, your fill, your eraser, your fonts, and your pens. The new one that you'll see, it's on this one right here, is your transparency, and you'll see that in just a minute. Then you have your contextual toolbar. Your contextual panel lets you edit all the properties, but it's not up here all the time. Now you have to actually press the pen button and it will come up. And you have all your pen options. You have colors, you have the types of line, you have your colors there, you have your line styles, and then you have your transparency. I'm going to go back and click on my select arrow, and then the contextual toolbar disappears. If I click on an object, and I'm going to, let's see, is it locked? No, it's unlocked. And then you can see the transparency shows up so that I can change its transparency. But you have to be, when I unclick, no object is selected, it's not there. You have to actually have something selected. Customizing your toolbars. The arrows will move your toolbar from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. Your other option is to customize your toolbar. I'm using the Smart Recorder right now, so I needed to add it to my toolbar. So when you click on the customization icon, you get all the different options that you can add to your toolbar. So what I did was I took the Smart Recorder, I clicked it, and I dragged it up to add it to my toolbar so that I can use it easily. And then you can also, here's some other tools, but they're already up there. So you just want your actions, which most of them are up there, but some of them are not. Let's look at our side tabs. Our side tabs are on the side. Your first one is your page sorter. It shows you all the pages in your document. Your second one is your gallery. This is where you're going to find all your gallery essentials and your activity toolkit. There's also a link to the Smart Exchange. When you click something in the top, it's going to open in the bottom area. That's the same from Notebook 10. You then have your attachments tabs, which is your paperclip. You can attach files into your document, and you click insert, which is near the bottom. And then you have your properties tab. Your properties tab is where you can animate your objects. You can record on the page. I'm not using the page recorder right now. I'm using the Smart Recorder so that it does everything, not just one page. And then you have your fill effects. Here you have your object transparency as well. And the last tab is a new tab. It's called your add-ons tab. Right now there's only one thing in your add-ons tab called Activity Builder. But this is where you will see, as they add on new features, this is where they will be. Let's look at your different pens. We have you have to click on pens here, and then the contextual toolbar will show up, and you can see all your different ones. We have our regular pens. Your calligraphy pen, you can only use it if you're on a computer that is hooked up to a smartboard. And right now I'm on my laptop, so it's not connected to a smartboard, so it's not an option. A new pen is the crayon, and you can do the different colors, or you can change the color. You still have your highlighter, your creative pen, which gives you all the different shapes and colors. You have your magic pen, which features that you may or may not know. If you draw a circle with your magic pen, which it highlights, and you can drag this all around the page and highlight certain features. If you draw a square or a rectangle, it will enlarge the object. And then, like, if I want to enlarge, I can move it around the page and enlarge. Or I can just write and it will disappear. Now, in Notebook 10, you could not change how long it took to disappear, but now you can. So if you're on your magic pen, which gives you the pen with the stars, and then you go over to your Properties side tab, Fill Effects, it actually lets you select how much time that you want it to take before it disappears. Then you need to go down to the bottom and click Save Tool Properties. So then, this time it'll only take 2 seconds before it starts to disappear. So changing the amount of time is a new feature. And then you have your shape recognition pen, so that if you can't draw your shapes very well, it recognizes what you're trying to do, which with my mouse I'm not drawing very well, so it didn't recognize that. But it's a shape recognition tool. Let's go back to the creative pen, and I want to show you a new feature. There's all these different, you can do the stars, flowers. This is a new one, which is little explosion. I mean, I'm not sure what you'd call that, but you still have all the same ones. One difference is if you select one, usually I select one I don't use, and then once I select that, I can draw with it. Then I'm going to go to my Properties tab, and I'm using the default pattern, which is up here, but I want to use a custom stamp image, and right now I'm going to make my thickness as big as it can get, and then I'm going to either select an object that's in my gallery, or I'm going to browse through my pictures. So let's say if I wanted to pick the one of my kids, and I open, and now it's here, and I need to save the tool properties if I wanted to save it, and now every time I click, there's a picture of my kids. You can do this with your mascot, your school's mascot. You can do this with anything, and now you have your own creative pen. If you select an object, you can actually go select, like, now it's going to be what I was over the top of. Okay? And that is your creative pen. Let me go back. Always remember that when you're using pens, you always have to go back and make sure you're on the arrow, the select arrow. So the toolbars, you can find your tools up here. You can customize your toolbar, your side tabs. The only new one is your add-ons tab. This one for me is in the gallery. One of the options you can do is their beta gallery. They're testing it out, and what I did is I downloaded that. So it is a gallery, and things are arranged, and there are some new items. But this is something you don't have to download. If you choose, you can find it in the gallery, and it'll be right up here, Smart Notebook Gallery 2.0 Beta Feedback. If you have any questions, you can email me or go to techwithmichelle.com. Thank you.